This is the ZINUS Lottie upholstered platform bed frame, and here's how it's worked for me after real use at home. I went looking for a bed that looked clean and modern, didn't need a box spring, and wouldn't squeak over time. The Lottie kept popping up because of the square tufted headboard and the promise of easy assembly, so I gave it a shot. Unboxing set the tone. It arrives in one big box, and it is heavy. I'm talking over 100 pounds heavy, so plan your route. What surprised me was the smart packaging. Every single part, the hardware, and the tools are stashed inside a zippered compartment on the back of the headboard. Nothing loose, nothing to lose. I opened the box at the door and carried the pieces in, which made the weight manageable. I had all the parts I needed, and all the bolts and screws were sealed in clearly labeled bags. The included tools were actually useful. There was a small ratchet-style wrench that made tightening everything much easier than the usual tiny Allen key you toss after 5 minutes. Assembly was straightforward and took me about 45 minutes by myself, with a few pauses to double-check the drawings. A tip that really matters: leave the bolts a little loose until you connect the whole frame. That little bit of wiggle room keeps the holes aligned, then you go back and snug everything down. For anyone new to this, a platform bed means your mattress sits on slats instead of a box spring. The Lottie slats are wood, laid across the frame to spread out weight and keep the mattress from sagging. There's also a steel center beam with support legs that touch the floor, which stops the middle from dipping. That's the part that usually makes or breaks a frame's long-term stability. The whole frame is wrapped in padded fabric, and the headboard has foam, so leaning back with a pillow to read actually feels comfortable. Key features that stood out to me are the steel inner frame for strength, closely spaced wooden slats so my memory foam mattress feels fully supported, and the foam padded contact points that keep things quiet. The brand rates the Queen for up to 700 pounds, which lines up with how sturdy it feels in practice. Dimensions on my model are 80.5 inches long, 62.8 inches wide, and 43.3 inches to the top of the headboard. The underbed clearance is about 6 inches, which is just enough for low storage bins but not tall ones. If you're curious about fit, a standard Queen mattress drops in perfectly with clean edges and no gaps. From my experience, the build quality is solid for the price, and the silence is the big win. No squeaks, no groans, even when shifting around at night or getting in and out quickly. The side rails don't flex, and the central beam feels planted. The slats have strips that add grip, so my mattress doesn't slide around. If you've dealt with drifting mattresses on other frames, you'll appreciate that. The headboard is the square tufted style, which looks modern without looking too flashy. The gray fabric is darker in person than the store photos, more charcoal than light gray, so expect a deeper tone. It still looks clean and neutral. The feet are plastic, they've held up fine so far, but they don't feel as premium as wood or metal. I put felt pads under them to protect the floor and improve stability on my hardwood. I had a small moment of doubt during assembly when one side rail hole felt slightly off center, but it pulled together once all the parts were loosely connected. If you've assembled flat pack furniture before, this won't be a problem. After a few weeks, I did a quick retighten of the main bolts, just a quarter turn where needed, and it stayed quiet and steady since. For care, the fabric is easy to keep clean. I've only needed to spot wipe with a damp cloth, and it's still looking like new. The frame comes with a 5-year limited warranty, which adds a bit of peace of mind. In my opinion, the Lottie nails the fundamentals. Easy setup, strong support, and a quiet night's sleep. The headboard looks more expensive than it is, and the padded rails keep the room feeling cozy. I like that there's no box spring, which saves height and money. If you're new to this style, no box spring means you put your mattress directly on the slats. You don't need an extra base. That's one less component to buy and carry. It's perfect for people who want a stylish bed that doesn't wobble, renters who might need to disassemble and move it later, and anyone who wants quick setup without hiring help. It also makes sense for smaller rooms where a low-profile frame helps the space feel open. Quick note on height. With a thicker mattress, the headboard still shows nicely, but if you prefer a very low look, consider a 10-inch mattress to keep that balanced silhouette. There's also a version with USB ports in the headboard if charging in bed matters to you. Mine doesn't have that, but I can see the appeal. I'd recommend this for folks who value a quiet frame, memory foam or hybrid mattress owners who need good slat support, and anyone who appreciates clear instructions and thoughtful packaging. If you're sensitive to fabric color matching, be prepared for the darker shade of gray. If you're on your own for delivery and setup, plan to unpack at the door and move the parts piece by piece. It makes life easier. For those worried about long-term durability, the steel frame and center legs give me confidence. I've moved once with a similar ZINUS frame, and it went back together just as tight, so I feel good about this one holding up over time too. I do want to call out the small trade-offs. The plastic feet aren't my favorite detail, but they haven't caused any issues. The single heavy box is a hassle on day one, even though the compact packaging is brilliant once you open it. And while mine arrived with all parts and no damage, I've seen some people get a misaligned piece or a leg that doesn't touch the floor until weight is on it. I can't speak to every customer service case, but I wish the replacement process always allowed sending just the affected part instead of returning a full box. Overall, comfort and sleep quality have been great. My memory foam mattress feels supported edge to edge. I don't feel any sag in the middle, and the frame stays quiet when I roll over. That's the daily life test that matters to me. The headboard is genuinely comfy to lean against, the fabric is easy to maintain, and the look ties a room together without trying too hard. For the cost, it offers a lot of value. In conclusion, the ZINUS Lottie upholstered platform bed frame delivers what most people actually need from a bed: dependable support, a calm noise-free experience, and a clean look that fits a lot of decor styles. From my experience, assembly is painless, living with it is drama-free, and the design choices, steel frame, real slats, padded headboard, make a noticeable difference night after night. If you want a reliable platform bed that you can set up fast and forget about, this is an easy pick. I will post full information about the ZINUS Lottie upholstered platform bed frame in the comments section. See you in the following videos.